if I told you that right now, hurtling through our solar system, there's a visitor from another star system that some people claim is calling home to its alien creators? Sounds like science fiction, right? But this story is unfolding in real time. And it's a perfect example of how genuine scientific discoveries can spiral into extraordinary claims that capture the internet's imagination. On July 1st, 2025, astronomers using the Atlas survey system made an extraordinary discovery. They spotted something that would become only the third confirmed interstellar visitor to our solar system, joining the mysterious Oumuamua from 2017 and Comet Borisov from 2019. But unlike its predecessors, this new object called 3I Atlas has generated something its companions never did. Widespread claims that it's transmitting signals back to its home star system. Before we dive into these fascinating allegations, let's establish what we actually know about this cosmic wanderer. 3I Atlas is an interstellar comet, meaning it originated from beyond our solar system and is just passing through on its billion-year journey through the galaxy. Currently, it's positioned approximately 170 million miles away from Earth, or about 1.8 astronomical units. To put that distance in perspective, that's nearly twice the distance between Earth and the Sun. You could fit almost 2 complete Earth-Sun distances in the gap between us and this mysterious visitor. The comet is being tracked by multiple world-class telescopes, including the Hubble Space Telescope and the Gemini Observatory. Everyone in the astronomical community is watching this object closely, and for good reason. As 3I Atlas travels through our solar system, it's displaying classic comet behavior. It's developing what astronomers call a coma, which is essentially a fuzzy atmosphere of gas and dust surrounding the comet's nucleus. It's also growing a tail, that characteristic streaming trail of particles that makes comets so visually spectacular. Now, here's where things get interesting, and where we need to separate scientific observation from internet speculation. The online world has a remarkable ability to transform legitimate scientific curiosity into sensational claims about alien technology. Various sources have suggested that 3I Atlas is actively sending signals home to its stellar origin point. But when you dig into the actual scientific literature, you'll find a complete absence of peer-reviewed research supporting these extraordinary claims. To understand how we got here, we need to look at the history of interstellar visitors and how they've captured public imagination. Oumuamua, our first confirmed interstellar visitor, was a small, elongated object that came from interstellar space and passed close to the Sun during autumn 2017. Its unusual shape and unexpected acceleration as it left our solar system sparked intense scientific debate and, inevitably, speculation about artificial origins. Some researchers even published papers suggesting it could be a light sail or probe from another civilization. Comet Borisov, discovered in 2019, was more conventional in its behavior, clearly displaying typical comet characteristics as it passed through our system. But even Borisov generated its share of wild theories and unfounded claims about alien origins. The pattern is clear. Whenever something unusual visits us from interstellar space, human imagination runs wild. So what about these alleged transmissions from 3I Atlas? The claims typically fall into several categories. Some suggest the comet is emitting radio signals in patterns too regular to be natural. Others claim it's producing optical flashes or infrared communications directed toward specific star systems. The most elaborate theories propose that the comet is actually a probe that's reporting back to its creators about conditions in our solar system. Here's the scientific reality. Organizations like SETI, which specifically searches for extraterrestrial intelligence, have not confirmed any artificial signals from 3I Atlas. No verified radio transmissions, no optical communications, no infrared patterns, and no repeating sequences that would suggest artificial origin have been detected. The comet is certainly emitting various forms of radiation, but this is completely normal behavior for any comet as it interacts with solar radiation and releases gas and dust. This brings us to a crucial point about how scientific information spreads in our digital age. Legitimate astronomical discoveries can become quickly distorted as they spread through social media and less rigorous news sources. A comet showing unusual activity becomes a comet sending alien transmissions. Scientific uncertainty gets transformed into definitive claims about extraterrestrial contact. The process typically works like this. Astronomers announce a discovery and mention they're studying unusual characteristics. Science journalists report the story often emphasizing the mysterious aspects. Social media users share simplified versions. And somewhere along the chain, speculation becomes presented as fact. By the time the story reaches general audiences, a perfectly normal interstellar comet has become an alien probe. But here's what makes 3I Atlas genuinely fascinating from a scientific perspective. As only our third confirmed interstellar visitor, it provides invaluable data about the composition and behavior of objects from other star systems. Every measurement, every photograph, every spectral analysis teaches us something new about the galaxy beyond our solar system. We're learning about the materials that exist in other stellar neighborhoods, the processes that shape comets across vast distances, and the dynamics of how objects move between star systems. The comet's trajectory tells us it originated from somewhere in the direction of the constellation Lynx. Though pinpointing its exact stellar birthplace is nearly impossible, given the vast timescales involved, it's been traveling through space for millions, or even billions of years, carrying with it pristine materials from its home system. When we study 3I Atlas, we're essentially conducting archaeology on a cosmic scale, examining artifacts from distant worlds. What's particularly exciting is how this visitor compares to our previous interstellar guests. Unlike Oumuamua's mysterious rocky composition and unusual shape, 3I Atlas is clearly behaving like a traditional comet. This gives astronomers confidence in their understanding of how these objects form and evolve, while also highlighting just how unusual Oumuamua really was. The story of 3I Atlas ultimately illustrates something profound about human nature and our relationship with the unknown. We're naturally drawn to mystery and the possibility of contact with other intelligences. When faced with something we don't fully understand, especially something from beyond our solar system, our imaginations naturally leap to extraordinary explanations. But perhaps yes was some kind of verified radio signals. And yes, it is some optical transmissions, no infrared communications, and non-repeating patterns that would suggest artificial origin have been detected from 3I Atlas. The object continues to behave like a natural comet, albeit one with some interesting quirks that make it scientifically valuable. This situation highlights a broader challenge in our information age. The most extraordinary thing about 3I Atlas isn't any alleged alien transmission. It's the simple fact that we live in an era where we can detect, track, and study visitors from other star systems. We can analyze their composition, predict their paths, and learn from materials that formed around distant suns. That's not science fiction. That's the remarkable reality of modern astronomy, and it's happening right now as this ancient wanderer continues its eternal journey through the cosmos.